the administrative and technical officer for Inspire Africa. There's one more person, but I'm not sure she'll be joining this call. Adebusola, she's the assistant project designer. So it would be nice if we as mentors are able to introduce ourselves in this format, tell us your name, your professional background, your country of origin, as well as your country of residence. What country do you currently reside in? And maybe a fun fact, if you don't mind. So who wants to open the floors for us? I believe Anang was here earlier, so you can open the floor for us.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Good morning from here. I hope it's morning where you are as well. Okay, so my name is Anang Didam, and I'm really, really pleased to be here this afternoon. Actually, it's afternoon. This afternoon. I am a Nigerian. I'm currently doing a master's in Morocco at the moment. I have a background in agriculture, and I worked as before coming to school, I worked as an agricultural officer with one of the leading multinationals in agriculture for Africa. And I am really passionate about personal development, and I've been privileged to have a lot of people mentor me through my own journey. And for me, this is one way to pay it forward, right? And so, yeah, fun fact. I don't know if I'm a fun person. I just really like to have engaging conversations. It's just one of the top things that I like to do. So thank you. And I'm really glad to be here. Thank you so much for the privilege.
Thank you, Hanang. It's a pleasure to meet you. So who wants to go next? Jennifer.
Hello, everyone, and I'm trying to turn on my video, but I think I've got a problem here. But hello, everyone. I'm Jennifer Meza, and during the previous cohorts, I was a mentee in this organization, and it's really been helpful to me. So I'm a registered nurse by profession. So I'm currently registered in Ghana and in UK. And fun fact about me, I like engaging conversations, and also I like to make new friendships. Also, I have a background in public health. I did my master's in public health. Thank you.
Thank you for introducing yourself, Jennifer. It's good to know that we have two people that like to have, engaging communications. We hope that you are able to connect and, just network even amongst mentors. That's one of the things that we're here, so we can also familiarize ourselves with one another. So I believe you and Hannah will be in contact. So thank you once again. Hema, you happen to be the next on my list. Are you able to unmute and speak? Emma, can you confirm if you can hear me? Okay. While we wait for Emma, could you please introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Kate Ezanwika. I'm from Nigeria, Igbo precisely. I'm a UI UX designer and also a BSc holder from the Department of Computer Science, University of Port Harcourt. What else? Fun facts about me: I love movies, I love to read books, and I love to communicate. Let's say I'm an unlicensed therapist.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm a lover of God.
Good to know. Good to know. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Kate. I mean, I'm also a lover of movies, so I believe we can connect on that level, right? Thank you once again. Okay. Is Emma able to speak now? If not, Grace, could you please introduce yourself?
Hello. Hello,
Hi.
everyone. Can you hear me? Hi, good afternoon. My name is Grace Oshiname. I am a law graduate. I I love networking with people. I I love engaging good conversations. I love watching movies. I love playing basketball and I love cooking. So it's a good thing to hear to witness this and to meet everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Kate. I mean, you seem to be interested in a lot. That in itself is a fun fact.
It's Grace, not kids.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was. Sorry. Okay,
No,
Grace.
Grace.
Okay, so can we have Aurora introduce herself? Emma seems to be unavailable at the moment.
Hear me?
Hello. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Sorry, the network here is it's raining, so it's somehow. All right. Hello, everybody. Glad to be here. My name is Oluwadamlola Oladipo, but I prefer to be called Aurora. I am a UI UX designer, so nice to meet you, Kate. A fellow designer. But I also have a BSc degree. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, please. You can go ahead.
I have a BSc degree too from University of Ibadan. I study microbiology. What else? Yeah, I'm also a designer with Inspire Africa, and I'm also a mentor this court. And what fun fact about me? Oh, I like to read. I like to read. I love music a whole lot. So that's basically anything creativity. So yeah, I think that's me. Thank you for having me.
All right. So, Lord Amnola, thank you for introducing yourself. Though you didn't mention you that you currently stay in Nigeria, so I'm adding that for you. Okay, can Ojanugwa go next since you're also a mentor?
Yeah. Hi, everybody. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to meet everybody. My name is Ojanugwa. You can call me OJ. So I'm a co-founder and the operations manager with Inspire Africa. And what's a fun fact about me? Fun fact about me. I love thunderstorms. That's like my go-to fun fact anytime people ask me. I know a lot of times I meet people that share the same sentiment or people that are like, yeah, weird. Well, it's fine. And I'm currently in the UK, in the United Kingdom. So, yeah.
It's the marketplace.
I would say I'm one of the people that think you're weird. I mean, if I can avoid thunderstorms, I will. Thank you for introducing yourself, Ojanuga. Chidima, do you want to, okay, I think someone else joined just now. Gertrude, do you want to introduce yourself, please?
Hi, my name is Gertrude. I'm Ghanaian. I live in the UK. What else do I have to say? I know OJ from we are both on the One UK CL program. I actually didn't know OJ was part of this, or I don't know. But yeah, I have a degree in economics from Leeds University and a master's in public administration from Leiden University. I am a campaigner activist for the past 7 years. And yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you for introducing yourself, Gertrude. Hopefully we can connect one of these days. Okay, who hasn't? Okay, Chidima, I guess you can introduce yourself now as a mentor.
Yeah, hi everyone. So my name is Chidima. I am the co-founder and executive director of Inspire Her Africa. Um, where do I start from? Okay, I have my bachelor's degree in medical laboratory sciences. I also have a master's in public health. I think that I have been involved in research for a very long time, actually. My core interest is in maternal and women's health broadly, but then more specifically maternal and child health, much more specifically epidemiology. Fun fact about me, I don't know, I think I'm quite tall. A lot of people are usually surprised, especially when we have meetings online for very long. I think I'm about 6 foot tall, more than 6 foot tall actually. So I'm tall. So don't be surprised if we ever get to see physically. So yeah, I think that's pretty much about me, and it's lovely to be here.
Okay, nice to meet you, Chidima. I mean, I think I will probably be surprised when I meet you, because well, I think from your picture on WhatsApp anyway, it gives an hint that you're a tall person. Nice to meet you once again as a mentor. So before we proceed, okay, I can see Bolanle has joined. So Bolanle, please could you please introduce yourself, tell us your name, your profession, your background, your country of residence, your country origin, as well as a fun fact about you.
Sorry, please, could you repeat yourself? My name, my what?
Yeah, country of origin, residence, as well as a fun fact about you and your profession, what you currently do.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry for joining slightly late. My full name is Omobolanle Onilobo. I am a communication specialist. I am from Ogun, Nigeria, but I stay in Abuja, Nigeria. A fun fact about me. I feel like I should be prepared for these questions, but each time they ask me, I always have to think. Fun fact. Okay, yeah. I think I know how to fight karate. Or rather, I learned how to fight karate. So that's a fun fact. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, Alani, thank you for sharing that. So we hope that a couple more people will join us in the course of the session. Hopefully we get some more people coming. Today, basically what we'll be discussing at this onboarding session is like an overview of IHA, our objectives, so that we are all in tune, we are on board with what the vision and mission of the organization is. And also we'll get to discuss the roles and responsibilities of your roles and responsibilities as a mentor, the importance of mentorship. We are going to be highlighting that. And we know that you have an idea for you to have, volunteered yourselves to do this, but we are just going to be touching on it. And of course, we'll also be discussing the program structure and timeline, so we know exactly what we are up for and what we expect of us. And also we'll be giving an overview of what the selection process was, how you have been matched with a suitable mentee. We'll also be discussing the resources and supports available for you throughout the course of the program. And then there will also be room for you to, ask your questions, seek clarifications where necessary. And, we also get to talk about the next steps. Where do we go from here after the onboarding? However, before that time, we'll be doing a short game, just to ease us into the session before it gets really serious. So please hold on while I share my screen. Okay, please, can you confirm that you can see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so here is how the game is going to go. Please hold on. You'll be required to log into Mentimeter using this code. Sorry, I'm going to paste it in the chat section as well. So just go to menti.com. Try to be as swift with this as possible.
Hi, Ari, not to worry. We're going to put it on the chat box so you don't have to bother yourself about it.
Okay, thank you. Please sign in with a name because there's going to be a winner. We need to know who is winning. Maybe Chidima has a gift for us. Okay. Has anybody been able to log in yet?
Put the link in the chat so you can just click the link and it should take you to directly to the question. Yeah, so there's someone voting already.
Okay. Can see more votes coming in. Yeah. We get it. It's a mixed feelings. Some people are excited, some people are a bit scared right now. Some people have got this. Someone is here for the gist. It's good to know. We hope that by the end of this onboarding session, even if you're feeling a bit scared right now, you'll be able to ease in, knowing that you have the full support that you'll be needing. So we'll be moving on to the next questions. Please, if you still intend to join, now is a good time to join. In 30 seconds, we're moving on to the next question. Okay. Okay, I think we can. Okay. We have more people that are excited. Good to know. Okay. And it will also interest you to know that some of our mentors here are returning mentors. I mean, they've been here before and they are here again. It's so amazing to see. And we even have mentees coming back to be mentors. So we hope that it will be worth your time and you'll be able to come back next year. So yeah, we'll move on now to the next slide. Okay, are you ready for the next one?
Oh, okay.
Says which famous mentor mentored Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg? It's counting down. You need to answer before the countdown ends. Okay, 4 people picked Steve Jobs and they are correct. Not to worry if you missed this one. Let's hope that you get the next. Okay, let's see who. Okay, Dragonite was the fastest. Okay, let's see if you're able to keep it up. So this one says, which of the following is not a key responsibility of a mentor? Okay. I believe we all got that right. Yes, as mentors, we do not get to make decisions for the mentee. We can nudge them in the right direction, but we are not to make decisions for them. Oh, cool. So let's see who was the fastest. Dragonite again. Okay. Seems Dragonite is yet to win. Okay, let's see how it goes. And I can see Ronald has moved a notch higher. Okay, so which month is International Mentoring Day celebrated? Hmm. Okay, let's see. What's it gonna be? Oh, imagine. No one went for my January. I mean, are you all beefing my bet months? And that was the correct answer. Okay, so we just move like this. Since no one got that right. Okay. So it says active listening involves. Okay, we all got that right. Involves maintaining eye contact and nodding, as well as asking clarifying questions and rephrasing. Who was the fastest? Oh, okay. Twitter has taken over. This is getting more interesting. Okay. So which popular film features a mentorship relationship between a young student and his martial arts instructor? Grace, the movie lover, was it Grace that said, okay? I think that was Kate. Okay. Oh, the clue was in the question. Okay, we just go ahead and see who was the fastest. Okay. Twitter is retaining the title. The final question, I believe. Haha. Okay, what is the expected duration of Inspire Africa program? Oh, okay. Thankfully, we'll be clarifying that today so that we know the expected duration, because it's a 4-month program for this cohort. So thank you all for participating. We are just going to be seeing who our winner is. Okay. Dragonite was the fastest and was also the winner. So let's see the overall winner. Oh, interesting. Dragonite, you have it. Who is that? Could you please identify yourself? Who is Dragonite? Oh, let us know who you are. Toluwase, okay. Good to know. Congratulations. You are the winner of this Menti game. It's good to know that at least you know some of this information, and yeah, also like participating. Thank you all for participating. I don't know if Chidima plans to give anybody a gift, but at least we know who will be getting a gift if there is one. All right, so to manage our time, Chidima can go ahead with a presentation sharing the overview of IHA.
All right, thank you very much. All right, I trust you guys can hear me. Can you also see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, awesome, perfect. So thank you, everyone. Super excited to have everyone here today. Yay! So, Toluwashi, thank you for winning. Unfortunately, I think Aura is the one who has the money. So, a fun story. Aura was a mentor last cohort. So during the graduation, her mentee said that she's going to be I think is he a billionaire or a millionaire? So if anybody has money issues, please go to her. She's definitely your girl. So I'm not surprised.
I claim it in faith.
All right, so welcome everyone. I really love the fact that we're all coming from different places, super exciting, lovely to have everyone here today. So I'm just gonna give a little bit of brief overview of Inspire Her Africa, and then talk a little bit about, responsibilities and expectations. I really want to especially thank a sect of people that is our returning mentors. So we have people who mentored with us last cohort and they're here with us again. We're super excited to have you here, and it's always lovely to work with you and to just see the different flavors everyone brings. It's just exciting for me. So if you're looking at my screen, you're probably seeing like an old man, and then you're like, what is going on? Like, are we in the 19th century or something? So I wanted to start with a little bit of history of mentorship, which was actually surprising for me. So this is Odyssey, and for most people that, I know Kate is a movie lover, and I think we should actually start a movie lover connection group, although I probably won't be there. But so this is Odyssey, and a couple of us have seen the movie. Odyssey, it's kind of a story about I think the Roman Empire. So the word mentorship actually came out from when Odyssey asked one of his would I say friends, or someone that is a subsidiary whose name was actually Mentor, to advise and take care of the child each time he goes out for war. So mentorship is actually, or mentor is actually was the name of the person. So that's how mentorship came in. So mentorship really means primarily advising. So that is all what we're about, at Inspire Her Africa. How do we advise African women? How do we provide some form of level of just skill, encouragement to someone out there? So in case you ever did not know about the history of mentorship, this is how it all came out from. It's interesting that, whoever it is it came out from probably did not know this was going to extend to this. And that's the power of leaving a legacy in whatever we do. So what we try to do at Inspire Africa is primarily to empower African women. And one of the ways that we want to do that is to provide them with necessary support that they need. And this is very important because I think someone made a comment on, I think it was Anang, that made a comment on how she has benefited from mentorship. I have also benefited from mentorship. I don't think that I'll be where I am today without a couple of people, providing the support and opening doors for me that are necessary. So I'm really thankful for that. So that's what we want to do. People generally do better when they are able to see other people do. So our unwavering commitment is to create a safe space where African women can grow. And, creating a safe space is really important to us. Oftentimes people don't thrive because they are not in a very enabling environment. So I got a plant the other day. No, not the other day. It's been a while. So I have an indoor plant, and one day I found out that it was withering, and I was so concerned. I was like, "Oh, I'm such a good plant mom. What's happening with my plant?" And then I quickly poured in some water inside it. I slept and I woke up, like literally, this was less than 24 hours. I saw my plants all bloomed up. I'm like, wow, really? So that's what we want to do. I could have thrown that plant away, thinking that there is no need for it anymore, but just a little bit of watering was what it needed. So that's what we're trying to do at Inspire Her Africa. Our mission is really to create, and as I mentioned, to connect and create. So those are two keywords that we use. So we're trying to connect people to other African women, to other African women. We're trying to create a safe community where African women can learn, connect, grow, and encourage themselves. I know that if you've had experiences, going for conferences, I'm going to share a funny story about how we actually progressed to getting to where we are through a conference I attended. So it's just, that's what we want to do, connect and then create a safe community. And in terms of our broader vision of where we see ourselves being in the next couple of years, we aim to be at least one of the leading mentorship group for African women to advance professionally. And we aim to provide thorough mentorship and guidance and networking opportunities. And can't overstress on creating a safe community. So if I just want two key things to be at your mind each time you think about us: providing thorough mentorship and then providing a very safe community for African women to thrive. That's essentially what we're trying to do. And that's very important because we know that this is the key to unlocking a lot of potentials in African women. So I think that, with everything, values are very important. It's a very important conversation to have. What do we value, right? So we've talked about how our key goals is to provide mentorship, and our key goals, and I mentioned earlier, mentorship is primarily advising someone. Now, you're not taking the step for the person, but what you're trying to do is, based off on my experience, this is what I want to share with you. You're not stating it as a fact, but I mean, your experience counts for something. And in most cases, oftentimes, we almost have all been through the same thing, one way or the other, right? So what do we value? First of all, we value mutual respect, and we really appreciate you as a mentor and want to emphasize that your role in Inspire Africa is indispensable. And we want to ensure that you have that mutual respect, both from us as a team, but also from the mentees, but much more also you giving that out too. So in terms of language, in terms of time, I really appreciate everyone turning up today. And then confidentiality, privacy, and consent. So this is very important because your mentee is going to be sharing things to you. Now, of course, within our code of conduct, we did mention that we don't necessarily expect there to be some form of what I say, personal counseling. You're not a therapist, right? You're just a mentor. You're there to advise. So also creating a safe space, and what that looks like could be even creating a safe mental space for someone to be able to have conversations with you. We value cooperation. That is your cooperation, your mentee's cooperation, and also us working together with you. So would love, as much as possible, we also try to be flexible and very understanding. Also just mutual agreements, right? No need for, we don't like making assumptions. So if there's a place we can come to an understanding and then have a mutual agreement on something, that's something that is very important to us. I think finally, honestly, which probably should be number one, but we save the best for the last, is excellence. Um, we're a pretty young organization. I'll tell our story in a couple of minutes, right? So we and to do that, we always require your feedback and suggestions. So even right after today's session, we're going to send you a form just to get us to be better, right? So feedback is very important to us, and that's something that during the mentorship program we're going to be asking you for feedback. And so your suggestions are always open. We love suggestions. I think we actually thrive on it. So anything you feel like, hey, I think you guys are doing well in this, you could do better in this, that would be completely awesome. So I just want to I'll assure you rather, that your voices as mentors are very important to us, and we are committed that your voices are heard. We're committed that we mutually respect your time, and that we create a safe space for you to be able to actually do what you desire to do. And we are here to serve you at optimum excellence, and we keep evolving to become better from that. A lot of changes that we made in this cohort was largely because of the feedback we got from our previous mentors and mentees. So that's really important to us. So we're hearing your voices, we're hearing your suggestions, and we're really happy to work with them. So I like stories a lot. Like, I'm a story person. I'm that kind of person that if I start gisting, you're probably going to tell me to stop gisting a lot. I remember a friend of mine came to stay in my house one time. She came over to see me, and she was so tired. I started gisting with her, and then all of a sudden she slept off. I woke her up. I'm like, I can't be gisting and you're sleeping. I'm sorry. So so I like stories a lot. That's a summary of that. So Inspire Africa actually started as a small idea in 2023. So like I said, we're a pretty young organization. This came off of the mentorship that I had with a mentor, a supervisor, and she and I'm hoping we get to meet her. She still remains one of the best mentors I've had in my life. And I remember one day she took me out for lunch. And one of the things she told me was, Chidima, I've opened doors for you, and I want you to go and do the same, particularly for women that look like you. And I think in that context, I wasn't in Nigeria. So in that context, she was talking about maybe African women. So that was a little seed that planted in my heart. I went to Nigeria for a while shortly afterward. And I just sitting down one day, and then I was like, oh, this is something that could be done, could do. So in May 2023, I reached out to a couple of friends who also happens to still be here, OJ, Nguna, who is the board, a chairman of our board, and then Ifoma, who is not with us at the moment. So I reached out to them and I shared with them the idea, and that was how we started planning for the program. And then we launched successfully in 2023. And by December, we kind of like finished our first cohorts, and we're here today. So I always look back at this timeline with a little bit of a lot of nostalgia, actually, just seeing how little ideas start and then, where we are today. I did mention that I was going to talk a little bit about how attending a conference was part of the reasons why we're here. So I met OJ at a London, I met her in London for a conference. So we're actually representing Nigeria, and I was like, I was supposed to be the only one. Who is this weird girl? And then, but interestingly, we kicked off as friends, and she has really been a very huge support. And we've been able to build this together. So I'm really fascinated about that. So moral lesson is go out there, network. Your mentee could also be someone who would be part of what you're doing, and that's always fascinating to see. So I'll be tying up loose ends just to provide a little bit of importance of mentorship. I think each time I try to work with people, one of the key things, even if they're volunteering or whatever, I try to ask myself, what is in it for them? And the reason is that if the why is not known, a lot of things changes for people. Like, what is the benefit to them? And that's what I try to do generally in my relationships, honestly. Am I being of benefit to them, to someone? What are they getting out of it? So you may be asking yourself, well, I signed up for this. What am I going to get from this, right? So firstly, before we delve into that, I'll just talk a little bit about the importance of mentorship. So both for you really and also for the mentee, but primarily I'll start talking about the mentee, is an opportunity for personal growth. I do well when I'm challenged on something, and I think a lot of people share such similar sentiments. So you're there to provide guidance and support for your mentee, right? You're able to show them, hey, I've done this, you can do that, right? So it's also an avenue for professional growth, right? So you're here to provide career advice, help set goals. Now, you're not setting the goals. I want to emphasize on that. You're not setting the goals, but you're there to help set goals, because oftentimes people have unrealistic goals. The previous mentor that I talked about, there was a time I was making a lot of applications for something. And I remember, no, I was actually working on something and I set unrealistic timelines for myself. And she was the one that was like, hey, you're not going to be able to meet up with this, right? And I didn't listen to her, quite sadly. And at the end, I was not able to meet up with it. And I learned the hard way. So I shouldn't have done that. So you're there to provide advice, which, to be fair, was also good on her own end, because she wasn't telling me what to do, but then suggesting I had the freedom to do that, and I made the wrong decision. So you're also there to provide networks. I would say provide access to valuable networks, right? Open door for opportunities and collaborations. One of the things we try to do within the structure of the program is to be able to, I would say, connect people to people to opportunities. So if there's something that that your mentee would benefit from, feel free to always share that. And of course, skill development and all whatnot. So if there are courses you feel like they're very good, you can share with them with your mentee and everything else. Good. So you're not just doing something that benefits the mentee alone, but also yourself. I mentioned about personal growth. I find out that you grow the more you, in fact, one of the best ways to become better at something is actually to teach people. So the more you mentor people, the more you show them that path, you become a better version of yourself. So one of the things that we also want to talk about is effective mentoring techniques. How do you mentor someone? How do you ensure that you don't overstep your boundaries, or you're providing sufficient support for someone? One of the first things, and it's probably something that you should do in your first meeting, is to build rapport, establish a connection. Trust is earned. And you want to be able to work with someone in such a way that they actually resonate with you. I don't know if you guys have had that feeling where you meet someone and they're like, we vibe together. There's just that particular thing that connects both of you together. So, it could be by sharing experiences. I usually feel more relaxed when someone shares an experience with me, because it makes me feel like, oh, well, you're not crazy and you're not alone. So then that's something that it's always good to do. Active listening. I'm glad that Ore put that in Mentimeter, and I'm glad that almost everyone selected what active listening means. So it is very important to listen actively, just to hear what people are trying to say, understand like what is their perspective on something, and just reflect, give feedback, not cut people in as they are speaking. I also think another thing that is a very effective mentoring technique and which will come in very handy in the program is providing constructive feedback. Now, constructive feedback is a feedback that is specific, actionable, and focused on something that can be changed. So people generally advocate for the sandwich method. So the sandwich method is the good, the bad, and then the good again. So, oh, you're doing such a fantastic job. I love the fact that you've grown. However, you're not punctual at meetings. I noticed that your goals are not good enough, but I think that's, you're going to do this to do this better, but ultimately you're doing awesome. So in that way, people don't get to actually feel so badly, right, when you're communicating something to them. So that's kind of like the method we try to adopt at Inspire Africa. I think another thing that is really helpful is to set clear goals, right? And I think one of the things that setting clear goals does is to help you monitor your progress and also set expectations, because people are coming from different areas. A mentee may be thinking, wow, finally, I'm in this program. Now all my problems are going to be solved. And then they start talking to you about personal things. When you have a personal goal, you're able to say, I'm sorry, within the context of this is only what I'm able to provide for you. However, if you have more questions, please reach out to the admin team. And I think that's very helpful. Being patient and supportive is also awesome. Other tips that probably will be helpful as you go through the mentorship program is to encourage ownership. This is very important. Like I said, someone may sign up thinking that my problems have come to an end. Now I have a mentor. So, but that's not necessarily your role. This is their responsibility to take initiative. It is their responsibility to own this and then drive this. So as much as they drive, that is as much as you're going to be able to be forthcoming. And then you're offering guidance and not solutions, right? In that context, you're not saying things as a statement of facts, right? But hey, I mean, this is what I think, but feel free to do whatever you think. It helps people develop their problem-solving skills, because you don't want anyone to, to be dependent on you, really. That's not what we're trying to achieve. We want to raise African women that are able to make independent decisions and contribute independently to their society. In terms of respect, irrespective of your background, religion, ethnicity, whatever, we encourage that you provide respect. Even if you don't agree with some of the things that your mentees think about a particular thing, it's left for them to make a decision about how they want to live. I've mentioned a lot about confidentiality. I think the last thing I'll say about this is leading by example. Be that kind of mentor or mentee you would love to be. I'm sure most of us already have mentors too that we look up to. So lead by example, be a very good model of professionalism and develop integrity. I'll quickly run over the roles and responsibilities of a mentor before we go into the program structure itself. So as I mentioned earlier, you're there to provide guidance and support. I think we've already run through this to a very large extent. Offer feedback. You're there to empower mentees to take ownership and then maintain regular communication. We really expect that, and we're going to be asking you how your communication with your mentees are going. OJ is going to share a little bit more about that. I'm not going to stress a lot about setting clear communications, because I feel this is something that a good number of us have already. I love like the Mentimeter session. So it is good to set very clear expectations, build trust, as I mentioned earlier, set proper boundaries, right? If something is beginning to tilt towards a conversation, a particular area, you feel like this is not really the goal that I had, right? It's your responsibility to like hint it to the mentee, I'm sorry, I cannot go further in this conversation. And if the mentee is kind of insisting on that, please feel free to reach out to the team members, right? You're there to foster accountability majorly, and that's really important. How are you attending your sessions? How have you grown, right? You're there to improve effective communication by problem solving. So I think that this is very important, because there's a temptation to always want to solve a person's problem. But by the time you engage them in a conversation, you're able to see where they are, what they're doing at the moment, and then how best you can be able to come in to help. So I think that this is just an overview of what I wanted to share. Finally, I want to say welcome once again to our program. It's really so fascinating to have you here, and I look forward to working with us and see more of you in the next couple of months. Thank you, and that'll be all from my own end, and I'll hand over to OJ now.
Thank you, Chidima. Is it possible for me to share my screen so that I can control the pace without having to say next slide? Okay. So, okay. I hope you can see my screen now.
Yes, I can.
Okay. So yeah, we've gone through a lot of things, and I'll be taking you briefly through I'll be taking you briefly through what the program structure is, what the program timeline is, and some other like things around the program. So I'll first start by saying we had this question in the mentor session, and it was like, what's the duration? And it was like it's split between it being 3 months and 4 months, and I don't understand where the confusion could come from. I think we would like for you to think about it like 4-month program. So we are somewhere. This is May, so we are somewhere at the end of this recruitment and onboarding of the program participants. Then in June, we have a bootcamp or a training for our mentees to give them like basic digital skills and just skills that would help their collaboration and communication. We would also have something, an asynchronous kind of training for mentors. So you receive kind of results that will expect you to like go through some of them. We'll have a quiz for you. We'll try to make it not too cumbersome. And I mean, it's quite reassuring, as Chidima has been stating over and over, that some of the kind of things that I would like for you to know, you kind of already have the idea about it. So like stuff like active listening and stuff like that are some of the things that will be there. So we share that as well, and you have like the whole of June to kind of go through and complete the quiz. Again, even though I said you have the whole of June, we're not like going to give you training kind of thing. It's like something that you probably be able to go over in 2 hours and complete everything anyway. So anyway, we'll work more closely with the mentees. They would already they'll be onboarded fully and complete this. And then mentees that successfully complete this bootcamp will be introduced to their mentor. So even though they would be working with us in June, you really would not have any interaction with any mentee in that period. And then at the end of the bootcamp, when they successfully done this, they reach out to you, and then your one-to-one mentorship commence. And you do this in July, August, September. And as alongside the mentorship, you would also get to plan your projects, because we encourage our mentees to undertake projects. It's a very nice culmination of everything that they will learn in that period, and it helps them build confidence and stuff like that. So we find that it's a very good metric to see how well the mentees are doing. So Jennifer is here. She introduced herself as being a mentee on the last cohort. She completed a project herself, and I mean, we knew her mentorship program was going well. She really learned a lot by how she planned and delivered that project. So this time around, I've decided to make it a very core component of this particular mentorship program. And so, yeah, July, August, September really are actually the core months of a lot of interaction, dialogues, and the basic planning. In October, we're hoping that they're able to actually execute the project. So that's going to be like the core focus of October, executing that project. And we know that they will still need your kind of support and assistance. So it's not going to be hands off in September. We want you to still be available to help them execute the whole thing. They'll have time between July to September to actually really work out the nitty-gritty of the project, and kind of have like a full formed proposal, I think, in that 3 months period. And then October, they execute it, write their reports on this, give a presentation on the project that they've executed, and then say goodbye to everybody on the program. So that's it. So yeah, that's basically what the key activities and the special program and special events in the program look like. So we also have planned mock interviews. So something we did last time, and we found that mentees found it really beneficial. We'll have panel sessions, workshop plans, I think monthly. So there's this general guide, and it's open actually not just to members of the mentorship program, it's open to everybody. So it's our way of kind of let's say sort of engaging more with the community. I think we open it regardless of gender. So even though it's a women's stuff, the women mentorship program, normally these panel sessions, I think at least the panel sessions will be open for anybody to attend and listen to what the speakers have to say. So male, female, African, whatever ethnicity or race, they're able to listen and learn. So Next, yes, I've kind of highlighted, okay, yeah, I've kind of highlighted again the program structure. So this is it. In the first month, will really be in July, it's more about identifying strengths, interests, and gaps. So the mentees would kind of get to know themselves more, and it's a period of reflection. And in this reflection, when they get to know themselves, they also kind of introduce themselves to the mentors. You get to know some of how their mind works, what they have gone through, and what they hope to gain. And then in August, they get to learn more soft skills. That's in August, second month, they get to learn soft skills that will help them achieve whatever goal that they have in mind. And they also plan more about the project. So September is about learning about leadership, how to be independent. Because Chidima, as she said in her talk, it's about making them independent individuals that are able to lead and take action and influence community and society for good. So they will study an African leader and they will also work on tying everything about their project together. And then in October they complete the project, execute it, and present it to like everybody on the program. So what we'd expect in terms of the actual inner workings of the program is we expect like mentors and mentees would have regular meetings. So mentors are expected to meet at least 1 hour weekly with their mentees, because the way it works is that mentees would get a tax brief at the beginning of the month that is sort of split into weeks in most cases, and so every week they kind of have a focus on what to work on that week. And so we're expecting that they also get to meet with their mentors and talk about it, and also kind of share with their mentors the output of their research that they had to do or their reflection that they had to do for that week, and then their mentors are able to provide feedback as well. So we normally encourage the mentees to initiate the meetings, to plan the sessions, and to share an agenda before the meeting with the mentor. And then in that session, as I said, the mentor is able to provide advice, encourage them, maybe suggest additional resources that they are able to go through and to help them to accomplish whatever the focus of that week or month is, as the case may be. Then the platform we use to discharge the program is Google Classroom. So that will be where resources, communication stacks, progress tracking, everything will be done on Google Classroom. So as time goes on, you'll be invited to a Google Classroom space along with all the mentors on the program, and there you get to see things as they progress. Then obviously we would like for you to stay engaged with us on social media. We have social media platform, we have accounts on a lot of social media platforms. So I think we have Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, X, and we also have a YouTube channel where we post recordings from our sessions. And then we're going to also utilize Google Chats. So Google Chats is where you get to talk with your peers. So there's a mentor group chat and there's a mentee group chat, and there you kind of interact with everybody. And I mean, the team members would also be there in case you want to ask questions about anything. You're able to ask questions. But apart from even just the Google chat, you're able to send us emails, and we are on top of our emails and we'll respond as quickly as possible. So milestones and how we check in on progress in the program. We have weekly mentoring logs. So at the end of each week, mentors and mentees will get to fill out a log and tell us how progress has been. Did they meet? What did they talk about? What kind of actions did they decide to take? What kind of actions have been taken and all those kind of things. So it's very important for us to be able to know that everything is going well. And so this is how we are able to do that. It may seem cumbersome, but it's very, very necessary that you are able to share your progress with us, so that if we do have to step in, and I doubt that we will, but let's just assume we do have to step in, we are informed of when and how to step in to help the progress. And then, we talked about task brief review. This is between the mentor and the mentee. It's something that has to be done when the task brief is shared, so that they're able to kind of strategize on how to go about it. So you're able to tell your mentee the best way to work with you. You're able to say, oh, of course you have to draft your report, but if you want me to go through it and you want me to review it, maybe you send it to me more than like 3 days before it's due, so that I'm able to work into my schedule and all those kind of things. Then there's a monthly progress review. Again, this is between the mentors and mentees. It's mostly, again, it's a short time, 3-4 months of this one-on-one meetings, and you want to meet to be sure that you're doing the right thing, you're making progress. You're especially like checking on your mentee that your mentee is making progress, she's doing what she ought to do, she's getting closer to her goal each and every time. And then from our end, would provide a mid-program evaluation, so to assess that midway through things are still going well and that everybody's on track to achieving the set goals, personal and actual, and also the program goals. And then at the end of the program, would also set an evaluation to kind of check to assess the impact of the mentorship program altogether. So I mean, it's kind of similar to, I'm not going to hash too much on a lot of things here, but there's some things I would like to point out quite importantly. We've already talked about respect, professionalism, confidentiality, consent, and it is about want to hone on communication. So again, it's a mentorship program and it's virtual, it's completely virtual. So a lot of times it's when you don't hear back from somebody, like if you send an email or send a message, it's almost as if the person has disappeared. It has that feel if you are working through the computer. But so we would like that, especially when you're building a relationship. A mentor-mentee relationship is not office, it's not even an official relationship. It's going to be sort of a personal relationship if you are really invested in your mentee's growth. So we would not want, and it's the same kind of thing we tell the mentees as well. We don't want you ghosting. I know things happen, life is busy, adulting is tough, etc., etc. But if you're able to respond within 48 hours and just let the person know, if you're not able to like fully go through it, be like, okay, yeah, I've seen your stuff, I will reply this, or I'm sorry, I'm unavailable now, blah blah blah. I have to travel and I will be away for a week. You may not hear from me. I have not disappeared. Just kind of keeping each other in the loop, and also telling the program as well, like if you are going to be away for like a week or something, then it's necessary for the program to know that, oh yeah, this person is unavoidably absent or has other responsibilities that will make the person unavailable in this period. Then of course we also have an expectation regarding meeting times. So thankfully everybody's here, at least, and people that are actually not here sent emails to tell us that, oh, there's something clashing, something has come up, etc., etc. And it's the kind of thing that would expect through the duration of the program. One, RSVP into our invitation. So we always send calendar invitations. It's something we'll continue to do. And you'd always get these reminders leading up to the meeting. So you're able to say, yes, I'll be there as soon as you get the invitation. And then if things change, you can say no, change the RSVP option, and also send an email stating expressly that you would not be available. Then of course this is free. It's free to the mentees, and so and you're also volunteering for free. So of course we expect that issues of finances would really not come up in conversation. Altogether, I would like to know when things are not going well. So please reach out to us to provide feedback and to tell us if somebody is doing what they ought not to be doing. So yeah, okay. Selection process. I'm trying to speed and run against the time, but let's see. So the selection process, how did we do it for matching the mentors to the mentees? So of course, just the way mentors applied, mentees also applied. They filled a different kind of form, provided their skills, their goals, etc. And in that period, we kind of have some very interesting criteria for the mentees to meet. They have to be women, who are biological women actually, and age between 20 and 30 years old, have less than, not up to that. They do not have up to 3 years of professional experience. So you are really working with newbies. So again, try it in your mind now, be cultivating, like, because there are a lot of things you're not going to know, and it could be frustrating when you start working with them. But yeah, just remember that these people do not have up to 3 years of experience. Some of them may just be fresh out of the uni, but they are graduates and they don't have up to 3 years of experience. And so the mentees also have to have, because the mentees would choose at least 3 mentors they would love to work with. So we check that their selection aligns with their mentors field, the mentors that they have chosen. Then they would have to also answer questions, and from the questions we are looking out for the fact that they're interested in personal development, they have goals, they understand why this program is important, they are able to benefit, and they really, really need this. So these are things that we looked out for. And then the program has matched mentors and mentees together from based on their top. I mean, someone who is not even able to select a preferred mentor, most of them are just automatically disqualified of the fact that they are not able to see that this person doesn't match what they want, what they have. So some people, it may be, they're trying to switch careers. So in that case, based on their expressed need, we're able to say, okay, this is like your choice makes sense. But for some people, it's like they have not communicated whether they're switching careers or they're picking somebody that's completely out of line with what they have been doing so far. And so those people are kind of let go. So if a mentor is able to choose 3 mentors in alignment with what they have been doing or where they are going, and they're able to show that, and they're able to show all this, the program is able to match them with somebody who has the relevant background, relevant experience, and relevant skills that they need. And of course, our mentors already are chosen because of the kind of professional background they have and because they're available and they're committed to the program. Okay, yeah, so this matching process is already done, and mentors would receive details of their mentees. Again, another thing is we do have reserved mentees because we are hoping that the 1 month that they get to spend with us will, again, solidify their commitment, their interest, their passion, availability. Want to make sure that these people are really, really interested in the program, they're really available and they're really committed. So once they're able to successfully scale through the bootcamp training, then the matching details will be communicated, and then the actual one-on-one mentorship can commence. So finally, I think one thing I'd like to stress is the resources available and the support available. Still, we do have a library of resources that we've been collecting from the last cohorts based on the topics that we'll be discussing on. And of course, you as new mentors have the opportunity to contribute to that resource bank. So we'll be sharing a form after the meeting, and it's kind of like outlines the topics that we hope to discuss. And then if you have like suggestions in terms of books, in terms of articles, in terms of videos, maybe on YouTube, in terms of even courses, whatever you think that would help any mentor, anybody that is trying to learn a particular topic, let's say confidence or presentation or whatever, those questions will be there, and then you kind of just contribute your resources, and this will be put together in the resource bank that will be available to everybody during the mentorship program. So if your mentee wants to learn a particular thing, the mentee is able to benefit from the collective contribution of the mentors on this program and programs past. Then we also have the task brief, which is kind of in line with our curriculum. So we have a structured curriculum of things that we feel are supposed to be general knowledge or basic knowledge that everybody has to have in the professional space. And so we'll be sharing this, and they'll guide the conversation between mentor and mentee. It's also, of course, during the mentorship program, they would also have to submit reports. So it also communicates the kind of the deadlines to hand in these reports. And then, as I said, we already would use Google Classroom, and the staff is available for you. So some of them are mentors in the program, some are not, but everybody's available to, if you have any question, if something's not working as it should, etc., etc. And I think one other thing I'd like to stress is there's an opportunity for mentors to help us to provide feedback to mentees' reports. So as I said, mentees will get to submit tasks before the deadline. So you want other mentors. So these reports will be shared amongst mentors who indicate their interests to this in providing feedback. So you get like anonymized reports to kind of like provide feedback on, and then you're able to like drop your comments on how it can be improved or what can be done or if it's good, etc., etc. And then your feedback will also be anonymous, will be shared to the mentee who had the report that you assessed. So just again to kind of give a better experience and as much feedback and support to mentees as possible for them to achieve their goals and for them to grow. So I think, yeah, this is where I end my talk. And thank you so much for listening. I hope that it has been informative and helpful. Otherwise, this is the opportunity to ask questions.
Okay, so if we have questions and we are able to unmute, we can unmute ourselves and speak, or you could type in the chat box if you're unable to speak. I mean, that's why we're here.
Not really a question, but just want to say congrats and thank you for this initiative because I remember some years back, I actually wanted a mentor and I reached out to this lady on LinkedIn. I think she used to work for one of the UN organizations, and I was following her work for a while. And I can never forget what she told me. She was like, I'm sorry, I cannot be your mentor. So like it's really hard to get people within the career that you want or aspire to be in to mentor you. I mean, I'm a mentor on a different program in my former university, University of Leeds. So and it's been going great so far. And so when I saw this, I felt like it was also like another opportunity to add to, like, pour into someone's cup or like inspire someone in a different way. So kudos, and I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you so
Thank
much, Gertrude.
Thank you for sharing that, Gertrude. I mean, some of us here, we are here because we wished we had this opportunity and we didn't, and we just want to, like, be there for other people. And some of us, we like Chidinma, she's here because she was mentored and she's paying it forward. So thank you. Anang, I can see your hands up. Please unmute yourself and speak.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, OJ and Chidinma, for the very detailed presentation. It's great to, first of all, have a feel of why, or rather an idea of why the program was started. And I feel like Chidinma did a very great job with that. And thank you so much, OJ, too, for clearly stating out everything that we should be looking forward to. I think it was very, very detailed, and I perceive this air of excellence around everything that is done here, and just thought to comment on that. And also just to agree with what Gertrude was saying earlier, that it's important, because I was saying too that I have seriously benefited from mentorship, right? There are certain things, these people, they pour into you and they accelerate your steps, actually, because without those spaces, you just have a lot of rooms to make mistakes. But thankfully, we have space here to also pay it forward and be there for someone as well. So thank you for doing this, and it's really.
Thank you, Anang.
Thank you for sharing that, Sanang. Tinuade, please, you can unmute yourself and speak.
Okay, thank you so much. It's such a wonderful time to be here, and I'm really glad for every other person that is volunteering to do this, because just like the last speaker said, is always about paying it forward. Like maybe you've received kindness or you haven't received it, but you have it, then you can always share it. I did not really have anyone to really handhold me in my career when I started. And I know after a while what it meant if I had one. But I think later, now deliberately going into paid mentorship classes and joining one. And I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to also learn under people like Mrs. Ibukwan Wushika and all. And I feel people just need this. When you pour what you have, is a way to make the world better, because it's just a seed you will sow sometimes, but it brings a lot of fruit. So that is why I'm here, and I'm excited about this journey to learn, to share, and also connect. Thank you for the brains behind this. God bless you, real good.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much. Does anybody have questions or anything they need to clarify from the things that have been said? Okay, so OJ, there's something I wanted you to clarify. Based on the program structure now, what part of the slide says that they need to meet with their mentees like virtually once. So do you want to clarify, the kind of platforms that they could use? Does it have to like be a video, or do they have the flexibility to like decide on how they want to engage with their mentors?
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks so much, Ora, for that question. So I think, yeah, virtually, yeah, it's definitely virtually, because you don't even know where the mentee is going to be from. But I think importantly, it will be beneficial. Sorry, let me put on my camera. It's beneficial if the conversations can happen via like video chats, because I think it helps. There's already the great divide, but I think having video chat conversations kind of closes the divide a bit. But I mean, if it's not possible, because I think another thing that was a very, very huge hindrance in the last cohort was internet connection. And I feel like anybody that's lived in Africa understands that. So sometimes it's not just possible to have video conversations. I don't think just the necessity of video conversation should be a deterrent. So if you're able to have voice conversations, you're able to explore, because I felt like people found Google Meet more available, like easier to access than Zoom, for instance, because of the network issues. So if you're able to explore like different platforms, you're now also able to explore like voice chats, voice call. Maybe if you're both in Nigeria, for instance, you can call the person on the phone and have this kind of conversation. I think that would also help. And I mean, WhatsApp, people can also utilize WhatsApp, voice or video. I feel like those ones also allow for, also like better for the network bandwidth or whatever. So yeah, those are avenues. But again, it's based on communication and agreement between both parties.
All right, thank you for clarifying that. Okay, so the floor is still open for questions and clarifications. Chidima, do you want to add something?
No, I think our time is already fast spent, and one of the things we talked about was respecting time. So I really want to appreciate everyone who turned up today. It's always fascinating, and thank you so much for all the kind words. I'm really happy that everyone here, one way or the other, is excited to provide some form of mentorship. So that's really something we find very exciting. I think that probably just in terms of next steps, probably hand that over to RS to continue. But we're going to be sharing a couple of information with you and just to progress to the next step. So thank you once again, everyone. Thank you for making it today, and we're so excited to work with you. And we don't promise you it's going to be like all smooth, but it's probably going to be one of the best 4 months of your life. So thank you once again.
Thank you, Chidima. Thank you for adding that. So concerning the next steps, I know OJ had mentioned that there's going to be a training for mentees, which would also like sort of be simultaneous with training for mentors. And of course, that is not as intense as the ones for the mentees. So we can expect to receive emails in the coming week, hopefully, with a link to where you can access the resources. And you would also receive an email concerning who your mentor is, who your mentee is rather, once they have successfully completed their training and they have been, we communicate to them who they have been matched with. So we implore that when you receive the emails, you should respond to them. I believe when we do that, we'll also like communicate to you to let you know that, oh, this is the person you have been matched with, and you can expect to receive an email from them. And also, just to recap some of the things that Tokwe has said, mentoring is all about, mainly about offering guidance. We are not, providing solutions or dictating to them what should be done, how it should be done. We just want to nudge them in the right direction. And another thing I also held on to is maintaining confidentiality. We need to draw the line between these people who are being vulnerable to us. Of course, we are setting boundaries. We know how much they are discussing with us. Are they allowed to discuss personal issues and all of that? But even when they share sensitive communication, we had to, maintain that sort of confidentiality. And another thing I really felt was key is why you need to like set, clear boundaries, where you need to establish the expectations. What can you expect from me? What can I expect from you? And you also get to, agree on times that you meet with your mentees, the date and time, and, also ensure that you're able to communicate that, oh, if this time doesn't work for you as planned, there should be communication on both parts. Both parties need to be accountable and, just respect each other's times. We know that we are all doing these voluntarily, but it helps to also be accountable both to the program, which is IHA, and our mentee as well. And like OJ mentioned, there will be a feedback form every week. So if there's anything, any concerns you need to share with us on how your relationship with your mentee is going, you can communicate to us via the form. And just to recap also, the program officially is for the mentors, for the mentees, it starts in June, but for your engagement with your mentees starts in July. So prior to that time, it's going to be connecting and networking with your fellow mentors via the Google Chat, and also making use of the resources that we provided, and ensuring that we complete the training. And also, I wanted to also add that for our special events, we would also get invites for those via email, and they will also be shared on the Google Chats. Like OJ mentioned, it's not just for mentees and mentors. So we are encouraged to invite people in our circle. You know, you can post on your social media platforms to let people know that there's an event they can benefit from. We'll be having panel sessions, workshops, you know, and even when we get to do our project presentation and graduation, I believe we are allowed to invite people as well. Am I correct, Chidima, for the graduation and presentation? So we sort of advise or encourage us to invite people, because we don't want our speakers to get discouraged too. We are a non-profit, and you know, most of the people we have on board are doing it for free, in quotes. We want to encourage them by with the turnouts for the sessions and events. So and we also encourage us to also be a part of it, really. And I think that's all that I have to say. All right. So thank you once again for coming here. Like Chidima emphasized, we like to keep to time. If we say it's one of our values, then we have to uphold the values. So feel free to reach out to us via email if you have anything to share or any concerns. And once the Google chat room has been also made available open to you, you can also drop your questions and concerns there. The link to the Google chat room would also be sent to you via email. So, and lastly, remember to follow us on our social media platforms, because you know, once we send emails, you might, I don't know, you might just not put it in mind, but when you see us advertise events on social media platforms, you know, that could also serve as a form of reminder for us and to other people. So before we close out, Chidima, I can see your hand raised.
Yeah, I was going to say that I know that we've said a lot of things. Thank you very much. Or I know we've shared a lot of information. So we're going to be sending the program handbook to you. It provides much more detail. I mean, it's still the same thing, but just a resource for you to go back, look through, like if there are things that you forgot and like I don't remember they said this, you can always go back to it. Other thing you also want to do is we're going to be sharing your proof welcoming you as officially as mentors. We've done that today, but we're going to be sharing more about that on social media. So we're going to be tagging you. Feel free to reshare, like and engage with us on social media. So those are the two things I wanted to say. And yeah, thank you very much. All right, over to you.
All right, thank you, Chidima. Lastly, I would also like to say that we also share a feedback form with us, so that you give feedback on how this session has been for you, if you feel like it has been beneficial or it covered the things that needed to be covered. So we also implore you to please, take a moment to complete the feedback form as well. Thank you very much. I think we are done for today. We can all get back to our weekends, whatever it is you have planned to do. Thank you so much for taking our time once again. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a lovely weekend.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone, and bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
I'd love to meet
you.
everyone.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, sorry, I just had to remove
Thank
Kate.
you. Bye.
Well done, OJ. OJ, why do you have a hair bonnet on?
I was so infuriated.
It's not a bonnet, it's a headband.
Say Evan.
I thought it was a bonnet. I was like, hey,
It's a
OJ that I'm
headband.
trying to package to be a fine girl.
No, it's
And
a,
she
I'm
now went
seeing
to
my
that.
hair. Half of it is loose, so I did not want that to show. See,
It's okay. I thought it was a hair bonnet. I was like, OJ. So you did not get anything from me in this past 1 year on how to
Wow.
package yourself to be a fine girl.
Can I
Eh?
take my leave?
All right.
Oh yeah, sure, please. Bye.
All right, bye.
I have to
See you.
Please
And
stop
yeah, about the
recording.
website. Sorry, I couldn't even get back to you.